Well, hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Let's go ahead and continue off where we left then on the tram situation. I did seem to solve the tram situation by going through and looking for the track. I think there may have been a small piece missing. But anyway, let's go ahead and set this next tram line up then, shall we? We're going to go ahead and go, I guess we'll go counterclockwise. Actually, no, we're going to have to go... Yeah, we'll go on the inner loop then. We'll go clockwise since we're starting on that station. We won't be able to go through if we go the other direction. So we'll connect all the stops per usual. And then, actually, oh, that's right. We have another stop down here. Two more, actually. Whoa, wait a minute. Wow, this line's a lot longer than I remember. I forgot we went all the way down to the college and then all the way back up. That's actually really good because, again, the longer your line and the more vital stops that you make, the better. So let's go ahead and buy ourselves a couple of new experimentals. And, got a new goal here. Go ahead and open this line up. And we just completed a goal. So our new goal is the cipher. A criminal has been sending weird, indecipherable messages to the newspapers. We're quite sure that the perpetrator is a regular on one of your lines. We were hoping to catch him on foot, giving us more time. Oh, let me turn that off. There we are. Giving us more time to keep him under surveillance and get to know his routine. Could you close the line for a few weeks to give us time to single him out? That sounds like shoddy police work if you got to shut down an entire transit system to find somebody. But it says, shut down tram line 1. Shut down tram line 1 down. Or rather, shut tram line down for 3 weeks. Line 1's got to be shut down for 3 weeks? Oh my gosh. Right. Well, let's go ahead and do what they say then, just to keep the police happy and just to get all the goals out of the way. And let's see our congratulatory message from the mayor. They compliment the existing network perfectly. Thank you. I'm sure this will help with the heavy traffic. Boy, my reading skills seem to be subpar today. Right, so we have our new tram operating then here. We've only got one, but that's all right. We'll start with one and upgrade later. Now, this is the part of the game that is going to get a little bit more difficult. And if you're playing this on your own with me, or if you've decided to get it, or maybe you're just thinking about getting the game after you see what I do here, you know, you're on the fence about buying it. Let me say that once you've expanded to most of the city, I think at least our coverage now is at least 50% of the city. When you have 50% or more of the city covered, it's not so much about expansion anymore. It's about keeping passengers happy. Now, as you can see, most of our passengers are pretty happy, all the different classes, and you can see here up at the company reputation bar, we're in the green, and we seem to be growing. And the way to keep that on the move and improving continuously is to keep people happy by basically providing more buses, or changing the routes, or having the lines connect to different places, which means people are able to use the tram lines and the buses to its fullest extent. Like, for instance, when we started, there was no way to get to the stadium via transit lines. But here, now you can see you can connect from there to that bus line, and the lines will connect all the way across the city over to the good old stadium here. So, one problem that we're going to run into is we're going to run into a lot of traffic jams. We're going to run into aging buses that we're going to have to replace, and we're also going to want to think about upgrading our buses to carry more people, which means less buses on the roads, which means less traffic. But then again, also, we can't control the amount of traffic on the roads via regular people. So what we're going to do now is we've only got to shut this bus down for 3 weeks. And the freeways thing is still under, the goal is still pending here. So after that little pro tip, I guess, we'll go ahead and finish our next line, which means we're going to create a new tram line, and we're just going to go counterclockwise now on the same route we were on before. Now, keep in mind, again, there are some missions where, and I don't know if it's in this one, but you have to upgrade your bus lines, which means, like, don't have any bus that's over, like 10 years old or something like that. So you have to do that, and they will ask for that eventually. Now, did I just skip a stop? What happened? Oh, wait a minute now. Wait, am I creating a line on the same? Oh, geez. Hold on. Oh, boy. Raptor, what are you doing? Oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't. because I have that line invisible. That's why I got confused. Derp. So what you need to do is, yep, go opposite. There, that's why I was confused of what bus routes we missed and what we didn't. I think we just completed the police goal. Thank you for your help, citizen. Unfortunately, we didn't catch the criminal, but we have more leads to follow up now, and our investigation is ongoing. Oh, awesome police work. Fantastic. So we'll turn that line back on, get some more money from that, and we'll finish our line here. Now, money is going to be extremely important towards the end of this game because you're going to have huge overhead costs. You're going to be buying upgrades, and unfortunately, our bank loans are pretty up there. There are a lot of loans we have to pay off, thus a lot of interest, and also we aren't going to have a lot of money to spend freely. So we're going to kind of try to keep it light with the trams. And there goes our other goal, by the way. Free the freeways, thank you. Your lines are so practical and convenient, no one can resist them. I'm sure we will see a lot fewer cars on the road. Good. Now, I don't know if that actually affects the amount of cars on the road. It might just be kind of a little, storyline thing. But the good thing is that we did get a little bit of money from it, and also it kind of supplemented the purchase of a few of our trams. So that was kind of good. Supplemented? I don't know. Is that the word, government supplement? Nah, I don't know. Anyway, so we have pretty good bus lines, though. There are a few reds, but for the most part, at least we don't have a lot of these 124s with reds. That is where the hippie festival is, and so it's probably programmed to that being where most of the people go. And so a lot of little red faces here. Not much we can do about this, though, other than buying trams. And again, I urge you to save on spending for a while. Just hold back on that and save up as much money as you can for later on, especially paying back those loans. But everyone's really happy with us now, and even though some passengers at certain stops are unhappy, that doesn't mean that we can't have happiness on our company reputation. So let's go to the top hat, and we're going to just check out our bank loans. We now have 14,721.48 pence or cents or whatever you want to call it remaining. We have an interest of 10.5%, with monthly payments totaling $658.17. 25 months left on paying back those loans. Now, one cool thing we can do is we can just immediately pay back a loan. Like, for instance, if I click this, we can terminate the loan and pay it back immediately, since the loan is only $3,605 and we have over 4,000. Let's go ahead and see our next goal. Jam in downtown. The downtown area has been experiencing frequent jams. Could you add a line? The busiest places are the railway station, pier, and shopping mall. If you could connect all three, it would be a tremendous help. So to do that, we just completed the goal. Much better, good job. We're having far fewer traffic jams, and the overall situation seems to be improving. Thank you, Susan. So the problem then was to connect the park, the hospital, the office building, and the park. But since our lines already did that, that was basically a freebie. So sometimes that will happen, where they'll say to connect the airport to some concert hall or something, so dignitaries can get to the concert hall faster, and you already have done that, so it's free points. So no complaints there. So again, what you're going to want to do in this situation then is, if you have to make any purchases, just make sure it's buses. Don't do any large expansion. If you have to buy a tram, that's okay. If you have to buy a metro car, that's okay, but don't go on any crazy spending sprees of connecting large parts of the city again. I'm going to go back to my lines and turn them all on then, so we can just kind of, oops, what the hell am I doing? Creating new lines, an accident. Whatever, we'll leave those don't exist. Just ignore those. Oh, I did it here too. Those buttons are so close together, I tell you. It doesn't matter. If we have to create a new line, we'll just use those, but for now they don't really exist. Right, so if you look at that mini map down there in the lower left-hand corner, we can see a couple of certain things. We can see here where people, the coverage of homes in the city, workplaces, shopping, for example, leisure, government buildings, and traffic, amounts of traffic in the city. You can see it's literally hell here. Well, right exactly where we have our bus lines, and it should be hell here as well. Yep, it is. Service usage, also you can see who is using the service and where, and that's pretty cool. So that helps. There's also the underground view. If I haven't shown you this before, this will help to show you underground tunnels and underground roadways, water that it goes underground, and also buildings that might happen to be underground. Sometimes there are, but mostly not. And then Also, this is how you'll be building your metro stations in the future, but disregard that for now and acquire currency. Lols. So, anyway, now's where we play the waiting game. We can look over a couple of our things. Company board review is miserable and customer review is neutral, which is strange because our company reputation is huge. You wouldn't, I mean, do you really think everyone loves Apple, but then would give it a neutral review? You know, it's like, oh my God, they make the best products ever. Company reputation is through the roof. Oh, what'd you think of it? Yeah, it's all right. Oh, it's very contradictory. All right, so vehicles sold 1, task completed 6, passengers carried 2,682, coverage is 35%, and company value is 29,000. 673.16, 2 collisions and 2 fires. So I thought we had about 50%, but maybe that'll get better as we buy more buses. There'll be more people to carry, of course. Our line over here is seems to be doing okay. I mean, there's just a few people who want to go from Alcatraz back and forth, but yeah, whatever. Well, this is a pretty peaceful place now, though, I must say. You know, there's an angry dog downstairs. That's one problem. So anyway, I apologize for that. He's a grumpy one, Charlie, I tell you. Every time the mailman comes down the city road. Oh man. Right. So anyway, I will fast forward to our next goal. All right, friends and fans, welcome back, or should I say, you should welcome me back. Gosh, you guys are mean. Anyway, just kidding. This is Golden Gate Bridge. It's the thumbnail for the game, for this playthrough. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Look at that that little trawler. What is it? Cargo ship moving through under the bridge. Very beautiful. Cool bridge. Yeah, we got our new goal for prison museum. So let's go ahead and start with that. Hello there, I'm the current warden of Alcatraz. That's just a title since the island is mainly for tourists nowadays. I've contacted you because my employees at the prison museum are hoping for better connections to the island so their journey to and from work wouldn't be so long. Do you think that would be possible? Well, we can accept that, and it says build a line to Alcatraz. Now, earlier the mayor already asked us to do that, and I've also, by the way, by using the arrow keys, you can flip around your view of the city. But I'm just going to leave it just like we had it at the start. So we can build an extra line to Alcatraz, which basically means we probably would have to build one more of these, what do they call them, ports, or water bus pier is what they call them. So if we were to build one somewhere else along in the city, we could bring more people to there. Now, again, it's a huge investment. And by the way, at this point, this is driving me nuts too. This dung 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 dung. This little ticker tape down here in the corner will tell you when people are unhappy at a certain stop, and it won't stop. Gosh, I wish there was a ticker tape stop button because that'd be so much better. Oh, we just lost all the money we had by paying one of our loans off. Right, so now here's where things get very hard, and we're going to have to start taking out loans and managing that. Now, the cost for the water bus pier isn't too expensive, but it's still going to be more expensive when we do purchase our boat. God, I'm getting so frazzled here because I'm so nervous looking at all the different things on the screen. Tram is broken down there. So anyway, what we'll do is, again, in trying for completeness of getting all of these goals, we'll build our water bus tram. Actually, you know what? We should build it down here where we can connect to other transit connection zones. Oh, some of these don't even have that many. We'll try to find our best bet for connecting. Maybe we could connect down here. Yeah, we can't get... trying to get close to that bus stop there at the mall. Looks like it's just out of reach. If we go back up, actually, let's see, who would want to go to the, see, the funny thing is they say just add a new line. Actually, is that a mall there? Is that an office building? Well, I want to connect it to all the other lines, so let's do that. We're going to then, I guess the best place is right here, kind of where we were starting before. Now, placing these water buses can be very difficult because the boats themselves are extremely picky. You can build a water bus pier, but if there's no way out for the boat, it will not run. It will not let you complete the line. So let's create a new line, add a stop here at the I don't know what you'd call this. The South Beach stop. And then, hell, we can even stop up at the Mason Green Pier to Alcatraz from there. And then back to, oops, that was a little premature. And then we'll go all the way back. We'll skip the other stop and we'll go back down to South Beach. So the boat that we can purchase here is 1,800, so we've got a little bit to wait on that. We're not gonna. I don't really want to buy the Stingray. I mean, $2,000 for a line that's barely going to be used is something that I don't want to do. So we're just a couple hundred away now, less than 100 at this point. So we're going pretty good. Things are good, but no, dark skies are coming, my friends. Darkness will loom. Oh wow, look at this white collar. Wow, we finally got one nice thing. White collar workers love the San Francisco love the company. Yay! And then back to dung dung to dung dung. Yeah, they tell you every time, like, an old lady didn't really like the way somebody looked at her on the bus. Dung dung. Like, oh, there's nothing I can do about that lady. So let's finish that line off. And this guy should be happy. Thank you kindly. My employees are happier now. They tell me the new route is really nice and quiet and the view is great. Wonderful. All right, so, and by the way, how many employees does Alcatraz really need? Like 48? No, come on, it needs like 6 dudes. Come on. All right, so anyway, and now, by the way, this is when people in the game get extremely narcissistic. It'll be like an old lady telling you, I have to go 2 blocks to the grocery store. Can you make a personal bus line for me? And it's like, oh my God. And there's no reward for it either. It's just, well, I mean, there is a reward, but it's so minuscule that it's just not even worth it. So you can go from like there'll be a woman who lives, up here or something, and then she wants to go down to the mall, and it's just like, I need you to build me something. It's like, wow, lady. Like we are your personal servants now. So get ready for that. Currently, we have all of our goals completed there, and during that little breakaway, I just looked at the roster of all my buses and stuff. A little disappointment about the game. We'll get into a little later. Not disappointment, but I guess something they could patch. I'll mention that later if the mission happens to come up with having to replace buses and stuff, which I think it will. I've seen it really frequently during the game. So, again, yeah, this is when we play the waiting game. We'll have to wait for more goals to come in. And actually, let's take a look at our South Beach stop. Damn. Not doing so well. It does connect the Fort Mason Green to South Beach, which is a good run because it avoids downtown. If you're going from, the north of downtown to, I don't know if you'd call this, I guess this would be part of the downtown area still, south downtown, the mall area. It's a good escape through having to take the bus and everything, but the game doesn't think that way, of course. So we will continue to pay off our loans then. And we'll be back with the next goal, yeah? Alright, here we are, friends, back at Alcatraz for our next goal. Look sharp. An important writer is coming to town, and he would like the city to look its best. Do you think you could do a quick fleet upgrade? There it is! I told you. I knew it was coming. Thank you, Susan Boyle with a mustache. And by the way, what is this? An important writer is coming to town, and we would like the city to look its best. Do you think you could spend millions and millions of public funds in order to please this one guy? Awesome. So, let's pause here. This is the moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Look sharp. Objective info. Have no vehicle older than 1 year. Objective status. Current number 30. Rewards $1,200. Now, we have 30 buses and trams and whatever else that are there. So we'll get to that in just a second. Alright, friends. So I had to look over some of these things, and this is how we're going to do it. So first I'm going to have my little complaint of what makes the game a little bit more difficult for this portion. For the roster panel, it lists everything you need to know about your trams and your buses. Like, for instance, here we're looking at buses. This tells us the capacity, speed, energy consumption, likelihood of breakdown, condition, their distance traveled in kilometers, sort by carried passengers, monthly income, age, and what line they're connected to. That's great. So if we wanted to delete any of them that are, according to the mayor's goal or the governor's goal, no older than 1 year, well, obviously, a year is 12 months. So, in order to delete those, you're going to have to find or rather to accomplish the goal, you have to find those that are over 12 months. So basically, right down here, Oh, actually, we have to sort by age. Starting by age, any of them over... Now, older than 1 year. So, alright, so here, right here, is where we're going to have to start. And if you notice, the problem is that there's no way to just sell these buses from this menu. Now, you'd think, okay, well, there are other ways to sell. If you go into the line menu, and you go to, like, for instance, line 1, manage vehicles, doesn't tell you the age. So you kind of have to go through, yes, one by one, and find out what the bus is in the roster menu, and then go back to the line menu and manage vehicles and then sell it. It's a big pain in the ass. Then, also what you're going to have to do is once you sell the bus or the tram, you're going to have to go to the line menu again and repurchase it, because, you know, if you have 4 buses on a line, like for instance over here, look at all the lines here. We can't just sell the buses and accomplish the goal. We have to rebuy it. So we're going to have to go on a giant spending spree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit here, and I'll be back with probably a giant, like a torture tutorial. Yes, a torch tutorial or something. Torch tutorial? Now I sound Irish. But anyway, all right. So we'll do that next.